Education.
Sorry, what's that? Oh no, it's calling people. Stop that. It's voice activated, and if I sit on it, I activate the voice activation and it starts calling random people. It sounds like if I say, "No, stop that!" Oh, calling Skion bad. No. But, okay, sorry. That's a bad interface, by the way. In case anybody wondered. What I'm thinking, okay, so it's health, it's education, it's web, it's mobile, and it's brain not working.
Yes.
Web mobile games, of course. Yeah. Of course, it's games. So web mobile games. So can I just see who here is like interested in making a game in this, or a concept or a prototype for a game in this class? A couple, okay. And who would be interested in making a web app, something that's webby? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. So we have some overlap, and then who would be interested in making something that is for that's mobile? Yeah. Okay. Still see it's a bit of it's a lot of you're very open people here. You're very open people. And then, of course, there's health and there's education. Anybody is sort of very passionate about health? Two? That's a group right there. And education.
More education than health. But more education than health.
More education than health.
Yeah.
There's really one who's very passionate about health. Oh, okay. That's but you could do that.
I can be healthy, yeah.
I don't see any sort of very clear groups materializing here. So what I think we're just going to do is we're going to just throw you into some groups, and you know, I'll just any random system is fine. You set yourself close to people. So
can I use my 6 animal system?
Yeah. Yes, use your animal system because I am very curious about it.
Okay. So I can go and get. Actually, I can't go and get my stickers because the last person I did this with asked me to keep them, so I can go and print another set of stickers. So I will describe the system. Actually, Marius, I sent it to you. You can print the stickers.
Yep, I can print them.
Yep. Okay. So Marius can go and print the stickers while I explain the system.
Yep.
Okay. So the system I used to form groups in an ad hoc fashion around an idea is working with Stuart Kowalski. He has done some research on group formation and saying that groups with diverse participants work better than groups of all one kind of person. Right? So if you're all the same type of person, you tend to just either fight or not get anything done. Right? So it's having that mix is useful. Now he uses, he's been using for many years the McClellan's 3 needs theory, that there are different kinds of people. I kind of thought about that, thought about what I see in a group, used some of those ideas, and came up with an allocation scheme based on there being 6 roles that I need from people in a group. Right? And a group of 6 is about as large as you want a group to be. If you want to be 7 or 8 people, it starts to be kind of unwieldy. And a group of 2 or 3 is, everybody kind of does everything at that stage, right? So if you're looking at a group of 6, so I came up with 6 roles. I came up with the group leader, right? The person who is in charge, right? And they are the beer, okay? Not that color. Okay, so the beer is in charge, right? They're the group leader, they're the person who's driving the idea forward, they're the loudest and usually the most kind of, yes, this is what we're going to do, and I'm really excited about this, and I've got this idea, and I want this idea to happen, right? So, in fact, I've tried this. It's best if the beer is also the idea owner, right? So if you've got an idea, and you came up with that idea, and you really own that idea, then you're probably going to be the beer, right? Because that's your role, is to kind of drive the idea forward. As a group leader, usually you talk too much, and you don't really care about other people's opinions that much, right? And so we have the counter to the bear is the wolf. The wolf, they are the pack animal, right? They are the leader of the pack. They're making sure that everybody's contributing and that everybody is taking turns and the bear doesn't overrule everyone, and that the idea is the collection of everybody, right? That everybody's pulling in the same direction, right? So that's the wolf role's kind of manager, whereas this is leader, right? So I create those two roles. I have a cat role and a dog role. And I sometimes call this the puppy because that's what I really mean. So the cat role is, cats I see in a fairly cynical light, right? They find the easiest way of doing things, right? So if you're finding a game, the cat's job is to work out how to cheat, right? How to get the most out of doing the least amount of stuff, right? Because that's what cats seem to be quite good at, right? So, and they're kind of black hat. They're kind of negative stuff, right? They're seeing the holes in things, right? They kind of do this sort of sit back and that'll never work. No players will ever do that because they'll just do this instead, right? So they point out the flaws in things, right? And they kind of can be a bit negative, and they can kind of that's their role, right? Is to kind of keep things from getting overexcited because they'll find ways of doing it the simple way or getting out of things. The puppy is a useful role in a team. Very important in a team to have a puppy. Particularly in Scandinavia, right? Because there's the whole thing in the Nordic countries where you guys don't like necessarily talking so much, and I think sometimes that's out of a sort of dislike of being like the feeling that perhaps everybody will think your idea is stupid.
Where do you have the sticker of paper?
The sticker of paper is up on my shelf, just sort of thinking about this height. It's on the top of the shelf.
Okay,
you should find it.
Yep.
Yeah. The puppy dog role is to always support the idea, right? It's like the yellow hat, right? The idea is someone comes in with an idea, you go, that's awesome, let's add to that, that's a great idea, let's see how we can make it better. Right? Puppy dog is always up and ready to help and make things better and get things going and being excited about everything, right? So that's the puppy dog's job. And why you need one is because then if you have an idea, you're never alone. There's always someone in the group who's going to say, that's a great idea, how do we make that better? Right? So puppy dog is that enthusiast who likes adding stuff. I have an owl because I need someone in the group who follows process. Right? And that they're actually interested in kind of, progressing forward and checking things off the list and making sure everything gets done, and that's what they like doing. They like being a process person. Right? They like my wife likes making lists and then crossing things off when they're done. Right? It's a kind of important part of the way she does stuff is to make lists and then cross it off. It marks her progress. It's the way she organizes. She does sometimes struggle from the problem of feeling like she's thought about something so much that she's sure she had done it. She plans so accurately that how everything would be that she kind of forgets that she didn't actually do any of that. And so sometimes she'll get up and go, oh, damn, because she thought so hard that she thought she'd done it. So planning and checking progress, and sometimes you'll see like group secretary, they're note-taking kind of thing. They're a person who's making sure process happens. And I use a rabbit. The rabbit can be any kind of like personal feelings, but I use the rabbit, and I've heard it described as the facilitator. So as a person running a seminar like this, if I want the groups to, they need pens or paper, the rabbit's job is the one who goes and gets that. Right? You want coffee? The rabbit goes and gets the coffee. If I want to give the groups a message, I say, hey rabbits, and the rabbits will come up and I give them the message and they will take it back. Right? So they're my communication with the group. Right? And they're also the person who will go and get stuff for the group when they need it, or the group have a problem and they want to ask me something. The rabbit comes to me and say, hey Simon, could you come over here and help us? Right? So it's that communication role. Facilitating. They try and get things and make things happen and make sure the group has what they need. So those are the 6 roles. Now, these 6 roles, you can actually do it by role-playing a bit, right? So what I initially do is when I create groups, I get you guys to select one of these 6 as your personality type. And then in your, sometimes in the occupational therapy, I got a lot of cats, right? And at that point, if you've got about 50% of your class say, yeah, no, I'm a cat, I'm cynical and I want to find the easiest way out of stuff, you then have to get some of the cats to role play, right? To pretend to be something they're not, right? To make the group function. And so what we do is, Marius is getting the stickers. You always get a sticker on one of these, so that identifies who you are. We break into these 6 categories. So everybody picks one that they think they're most like. And then the beers generally come up with the ideas. Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to contribute or kind of wrap up.
Yep.
When you introduced that into our class 2 weeks ago, I think,
yep.
I found that really useful because my personality type is kind of a leader, someone that brings the idea and that talks a lot. So I found really good in the beer position. But I also discovered that as a beer, I sometimes want to be a dog. I want to support ideas. And sometimes I don't mind about being a rabbit. Even if I am the leader, I want to help and I want to
get up and go and
stuff done. So, but I also find myself, I will never be able to be a wolf or a now. I would prefer people taking those roles. So that interchanging roles, I really found really compatible with the bonus perspective. And I found this was really good to
yeah, so this works quite well. You can see some of these roles very, very De Bono-like, but the beer isn't really defined as a De Bono role in a sense, right? It's
well, I just want to point out that we have to be careful now because we have 2 slightly conflicting models.
Yes, right? They're models of different things, right? So you would think of, if you're combining the 2, right? The cat is always wearing a black hat, right? It's his natural desire is to wear a black hat. You can make a cat wear a yellow hat, but then he's trying to do something he's not normally very good at. And that's okay, right? I'm also probably, naturally, I'm a bit of a puppy, right? But as a lecturer, I role play a bear. Right? Because I have to, because I lead and I talk a lot and I take over, right? It's what I have to do. So I've learned to be a bear, having been a natural puppy. And that's what you do, right? When we turn too many cats, we turn them into other roles, right? We just, so you know, you're going to have to be the owl this time, right? And your job is to focus on process. And the De Bono's hats, you can say like the owl is the blue hat, right? So there's a black, owl is kind of blue. But the problem I have with De Bono's is it's not like everybody goes into blue hat mode.
Yes.
Right? You need somebody who's responsible for being in blue hat mode kind of all the time.
Well, it depends.
Depends on the
I would say it's important that everybody wears the blue hat. When we're generating ideas, everybody wears the blue hat at the same time. Because then you do parallel thinking.
No, but the blue hat is just process. It's saying what's the next thing on the list to do.
But everybody should be involved in process. See that?
I find that conflicted, but I think that the best person to take a role as an organizer should be one, because if you take those roles, everyone organizes, you can create.
See, that's what happens when you lead class. So bad timing.
So we have so what we do is we have these stickers, and we get you each individual. You pick a character type, and you grab and you stick it on yourself.
Yeah.
And if people have really good ideas and they think they're a different character type, that's okay. We might turn you into a bear if you're going to got a really, really good idea. Right? But we didn't seem to get a lot of really enthusiastic ideas. Do we have any really enthusiastic ideas?
Yeah, I have very good.
Okay.
I have. But
You might have to be a bear.
we have an idea together which we want to work on if it's possible.
Right. Yeah. Well, if you've got an idea, you might have to be a bear. So
Because I know I'm a bear.
you have a personality type. And remember, this is what I'm asking here is of these personality types, which one do you think you are naturally, right? I might get you to have to role play a different role in your group.
Who wants to be a cat?
Kan du en ulv, Kai?
So
cats, owls.
Eller ugglor for den del.
So no, because the blue hat approach is remembering that there is a new thing to do. I find that difficult while I'm being creative to also limit myself.
Yeah,
Thinking, I have to be blue now.
Yeah,
I have to be blue now.
But you sound like you're making the bomb with people not wearing the same hat at the same time.
We're all feeling now. Yeah. No, I'm doing photo without. I don't have that synchrony, right? So that's one of the big things I don't do. So I don't move everybody in the same. Yeah, more than one. That's fine, right? One of the girls in there, she said, I'm a cat, you're a dog, depending on the day. Some days I'm all enthusiasm, and some days I'm all sick. And some days you're a cat. And then sometimes you're an owl, right? I think sometimes
on others' ideas.
yeah, sometimes yeah. So people have different kind of personalities. Right? And how many we get of each time. Okay.
So we have.
So can we have arms up for the number of like? So we're going to move people into different areas, right? So we're going to need to have like parts of the room for different animals. So we'll have the bears over here, and the wolves next to them there. Okay, so bears and wolves. We'll
That
have
means somebody has to move.
yeah, cats and dogs. So dogs over there, puppies over there, cats here, owls where you are, and rabbits in that far corner. So rabbits in that corner there. Puppies and cats here. Yep. Oh, you're a cat.
Okay, I'm gonna.
dog. Cat dog. Hello. Yes. Little cat dog.